about Cece is she's going through a little bit of a quarter-life crisis. She just went through a really bad breakup, and she got offered a really great job in Chicago, but she decides to turn it all down and try to make it as an actress in Boston. She's really innocent and very naive, but she's also a dreamer, and she's not afraid to take risks.
Celia Sullivan.
That's me, here.
Come on, Cecilia, you're up.
Thank you. Her closest friend is Vivian, and Vivian's very strong-willed and determined and like a real go-getter, and can also be kind of scary sometimes, but a good part of that is that she's a really great rock for Cece and really brings her back down to earth when she starts to float away to La La Land.
You are supposed to be a clam. This is a shrimp.
I'm aware of that, Vivian.
This won't make any sense.
I'm also approaching 30 and trying to make it as an actress in Boston. And a lot of people do ask me, just like they ask Cece in the show, you know, why aren't you in New York or why aren't you in LA? But the answer is Boston's great. There's a lot going on here. And it's a wonderful city. And it has a great, great theater scene. Probably one of the most fun days of shooting for me was when we did all of the outdoor city shots of me in the giant shrimp costume. It was the peak of the summer, so there were a ton of tourists in town, and we just walked right into Faneuil Hall. I jumped in the shrimp costume and we just started walking around, and people had the weirdest looks on their faces, but some people got really, really excited, like as if they were seeing Mickey Mouse or something. People asking to take pictures with me and like shaking my hand and hugging me and whacking me, which that was kind of fun. But it was really cool, and it actually got a lot of hype up for the show, which made us really excited. And then somebody took a picture of me on the subway and they posted online, so we went a little bit viral, so that was really exciting. I come from a theater background, so generally I'm working on stage with sets and theater, so when I read a script I never think about locations. So when Vin told me that we had a lobster fisherman actually agree to bring us on his boat in Gloucester out on the water, it was just crazy. You know, I actually got to pull in real lobster traps, pulling out lobsters that were very much alive and throwing them into the ocean. It was super crazy, but really, really fun. But then, you know, we had to film in an elevator, and we didn't have an elevator, so we built one, and it looked just like an elevator, and you would never ever be able to tell that it was in Vin's garage. And then the next week coming back to Vin's garage, and the elevator has turned into the back room of a retail store, and your mind is just kind of blown. So it's been really cool and a really unique experience. I think what makes this show different is it's a story that we haven't really touched upon yet. I think a lot of people who are in their 20s, approaching their 30s, who sort of graduated college a few years ago, are sort of forced into this situation. You know, can they follow their dreams like they thought they could when they were in middle school or in high school? Or do they have to settle down and get a job just so they can pay rent and their student loans and one day be able to have a family? So it's a big sort of crossroads that a lot of us face in our late 20s that isn't brought up a lot in TV. And I'm really excited that I get to be a part of a story that tells that.